hooked up with some folks in.
Hey, wait a minute. Start that over again. This sounds good. Go ahead. One of my favorite stories.
One of my favorite stories about producing, actually about life, is I started dealing with some folks in Las Vegas, and because I wanted to be part of that scene as well as the Broadway scene. And I became part of an organization, and then the head of that organization said, oh, we're about a year later, we're doing something in New York, and I really want you to come and see this. I've got a guy who's creating holograms, and we're going to do productions of shows that are holograms of great performers with a live orchestra behind us. So the performer was going to be a hologram and the orchestra was going to be live. So you could have Whitney Houston or Judy, I don't think they did Judy Garland, but Whitney Houston or somebody like that. And with a live orchestra behind her. And so I went to this thing, and my friend introduced the speaker. And the speaker was a guy by the name of Martin Tudor. That's what I expected you to say. And I looked at the stage, and I leaned forward in my chair. I don't know, I was at the 15th row or something. I leaned forward in my chair, and I thought maybe it was Marty Tudor, but maybe it wasn't. I wasn't really sure. And halfway through his spiel, he said something or did something, and I went, oh my God. Now, gentlemen, other than Doug, Marty Tudor was my assistant at the Direct Theater a million years ago. So on the way out the door, after the thing was over with, this guy was standing at the door. And I looked at him, and I'm gonna cry. We both looked at each other and just grabbed each other. And it was like two long lost friends who hadn't seen each other or heard about or heard from each other. And the next, we agreed to meet and have lunch or a drink or something the next day. And I sat down, and he said to me, so my wife said, who the hell was that you grabbed onto? So
I'm gonna talk now because I'm holding back reacting. That's insane.
Yeah.
In Vegas. I mean,
he lives in Los Angeles. He's